Don't lose your way, your mind, we have to be as one. Don't be afraid, let's be fun. This is the way to be more strong.
Welcome to Rogue Lineage, a fantasy-based game owned by Ragusa that revolves around a permadeath mechanic. You spawn a character with a limited amount of lives in which you try to progress as far as possible within the game. However, the unique aspect of permadeath in this game, comparable to other games with wiping, is that you don't roll an entirely new character, but become the heir or offspring of a previous character, which means your race stays the same, your gender stays the same, and your last name, but nothing really too valuable. It's extremely difficult, and it's a competitive game where you aren't given any tips or tutorials. You're basically on your own the moment you spawn, and it's all up to you, how much knowledge you gain through playing the game itself, and learning the more and more you die. The environment can be extremely toxic, and there's a lot to learn before you start seeing yourself making decent progress. The game heavily rewards exploration and curiosity about certain areas and items and stuff like secret passageways and discovering potion recipes and making your character basically a powerhouse. The game is currently in Wave 0, but the term you might be more familiar with is alpha testing, and Wave 1 will be beta. Now, moving on to more specifics. The game has different races with unique abilities and appearances. Not all races are rolled from the start. Some of them can be unlocked, some of them are still unknown. Many parts of the game are still basically a mystery, and you'll be surprised at how much you can learn and gain through just exploring the map and testing out various interactions to see what works and what doesn't. Focusing on the UI, you have 3 bars. The red one is your health, obviously. The yellow bar is your stomach, which depletes if you lose health and have to regen. And the bottom bar is toxicity, which builds up a green bar as you drink potions. Once you hit max toxicity, you can't drink any more potions, at all. And you'll need to wait for it to deplete. This prevents people from constantly chugging too many potions at once, and you may have noticed that there's a 4th bar, but I'll let you guys figure that one out by yourself. Injuries in this game are very daunting and pretty realistic. For example, if you fall from a high place, expect a broken leg. If you get a potion wrong and then it explodes, you'll have burn wounds. Along with being injured, you can injure other people, and you can take someone's eyesight or force them to drink whatever deadly concoction you brewed. It overall makes for a very hostile and demanding environment that requires you to be careful in every step during both the day and the night. The game's currency revolves around silver, which is what you use to buy anything, whether it be services or food or weapons. Unfortunately, I can't share too much about the game since the devs want to keep a lot of it a surprise for the players, but I will give you some more general info to give you a basic idea of what can be achieved in this game and just how intricate the system in place can be. Like many fantasy games, you have your evil and good, but you also have your chaotic and orderly, which form 4 different combinations. And almost every choice or action you make will influence how much you lean into each of these 4, which in course determines which paths you can take and which paths you can't. Combat ways. You start with your normal fist, but you can also get weapons such as swords and daggers, or as you probably already know, spells that you can cast. You can also buy armor as well, but these items are not just for show and combat. They contribute a lot to who and what your character identifies as. There is a class system in place with unique abilities where you can be a thief with your dagger and start a house of thieves, or lead a guild of swordsmen, or even be a powerful fighter with your bare fists alone. You can also be like a powerful evil mage who leads a house of ruthless killers, or become a good mage and support it and buff your allies. However, as strong as you can be with these classes, you can go further and beyond. I'll end this video with a little hint.